Another year, another Call of Duty. Tis the season, gamers. Tis the season. November is here again, and that means it is time for yet another Call of Duty. Hey, love it or hate it, you cannot deny how big this franchise is. You just can't. It's impossible. This time, however, Treyarch is taking us back to the time of World War II, which, if you kind of think about it, is kind of interesting seeing how Battlefield, which most people would call COD's biggest competitor, is going back to the modern times, similar to how Call of Duty actually went back to modern times when Battlefield 5 went back to World War II. It's like they're playing ping pong with each other, right? You know, it is what it is, right? With all that being said, is this year's game worth your money, or are you better staying with Warzone and next year's version, which seems to be going back again to Modern Warfare, which a lot of people seem to be excited for? But before we get into all of those details for our review, remember to sub to the channel, leave a like, and comment down below about your favorite Call of Duty of all time in the franchise and why, of course. We will reply to all of your replies if we can. With all that further ado, we here at Five Nights Gaming Direct present to you our review of Call of Duty Vanguard.
Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Cwrath.
And today we're going to bring you the 5.9 Direct's review for Call of Duty Vanguard. What'd you think about the design of it overall?
Just given the fact that it is in a World War II style, I firsthand am just excited for it. To me, this is anticipated just because I'm used to playing an older style Call of Duty.
Yeah, so I thought the game design was really good. It's simple to get to campaign. The multiplayer, the zombies, it draws you into it. You really feel like you're actually thrown into there, and it's very, very well done. Let's get into the campaign here. Did you get to play any of the campaign, Cwrath?
You know, I did not play the campaign, but I did watch you play some of the campaign. But I do have to say, it looked really good.
Yeah, the campaign is a lot of fun. I'm a huge World War II fanatic, the history of it, everything. And the whole campaign takes place around battles that basically turned the tide of the war. The battles are phenomenal. And the campaign, when it comes to the gameplay of it, you just feel like you're there. It just gives you a very realistic style feel in this one. It's not really something I'd say if you're looking for a history lesson, go and check that out. If you want a history lesson, come and talk to me. I'd be more than happy to give you one. I will say this. If you're looking for a nice and long World War II campaign, this is not the one you would want to go with. Something action and adventurous and intense? Heck yeah. I mean, unlike other campaigns where normally when it takes place in the invasion of Normandy, normally in other games you play as the Americans. Well, in this one, you get to see the British point of view, to where you're a British airborne fighter, and that really changed the perspective of things. That's very cool. It's action-packed, it's adventurous, the level design is great, but the campaign is incredibly short. For a campaign of Call of Duty, from all the ones that I played, I'd have to get it probably an 8 out of 10.
Just from what you explained to me, it seems like it was really good. And you said the playthrough wasn't too bad. So do you know how many hours it did take you to play it?
Took me about, because I died a lot. I'm not going to lie. I did die a lot. I died a lot.
I mean, yeah.
I'd have to say it probably took me about 14, 15 hours.
I mean, just in general, watching you play and then seeing how it is, it definitely does seem like it would be a pretty fun playthrough. I've barely played a story campaign for a Call of Duty in quite some time. So, and considering it is of the era that I do like the most, I probably will step into it more or less just so I could see for myself on how it looks, how it plays, and just to see the artwork on the level design of what they did.
Yeah, it's incredible. Now, we cannot forget about all the multiplayer offerings as well. Normal, expected multiplayer zombies mode, and of course, everyone's beloved Warzone. We can't forget about any of those. So let's hop into the multiplayer talk first. What do you think about the multiplayer? I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I'll get into that a little bit more, but what do you think about it, Cwrath, as a whole?
I did like the multiplayer as a whole, considering, like I said, of the genre, the weapons, the gunplay. The playstyle is fast. It's very intense. I give the multiplayer 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I thought the multiplayer was great too. I mean, the amount of maps, the vast differences between the maps. The last time I played a Call of Duty multiplayer, because I despise Call of Duty's multiplayer for the past ones, I was never a fan. This was the first Call of Duty multiplayer I played in a long time, and I had so much fun playing it. The damage output for the weapons, everything seems pretty balanced. A lot of the weapons, a lot of the attachments, everything is fair, simple to understand and see the bonuses and the disadvantages that the attachments on the guns give you. And just multiplayer felt a lot of fun. I was having fun in both regular mode and also hardcore mode.
And they're actually taking Vanguard and taking this whole engine that they just made for this game, and they're revamping Warzone itself and putting Warzone in Vanguard shoes. So that'll be a big improvement. I mean, with the integration of Warzone, I do like it coming out. They also can't forget about the anti-cheat that they're coming out, Ricochet. That comes out on December 2nd too, when the Pacific event rolls out.
There's another thing for multiplayer that we've yet needed to talk about, which I'm sure a lot of people are wanting to know, because that's like the first thing that pops out to them right off the bat when they think Call of Duty. Not the multiplayer, not the campaign, but the zombies.
COD Vanguard Zombies goes in a new direction. Durafang is the name of the new mode that aims to combine the best elements of all that came before it. Rather than buying your way to new areas, completing objectives will be the key to expanding the map instead. Thus, clearing new areas following missions are essential to exploring the World War II locale.
The only... It does feel a lot easier, or comfortable, I should say, not easier. It actually feels more difficult. Like, we were on wave 7, it already felt like we were on, like, wave 50 in a previous, old school style Call of Duty Zombies game.
Cold War Zombies. Yeah, it felt like we were wave 50 on Cold War Zombies.
All of our weapons that we had were Pack-a-Punch 3, and they were doing no damage whatsoever. Yes, you have the home base area, which is very chill and laid back, but I think they did that to make sure you gather your sanity. You don't go 100%. Insane.
Yeah, I agree. That was I like that. That was actually pretty good to me as a longtime player of the Zombies as Seasons. And I know you played Zombies for Season, because I know you do like Zombies. That's probably one of the more aspects of Call of Duty I've personally seen you play more than just multiplayer. And actually, I have to put on a note saying that, listening to you say that you like the campaign, you like the multiplayer, knowing you're a non-seasonal player and hearing you say that sounds like a W in my book, because that seemed to me already drew someone in who's not a person that normally would play the time, that kind of style of game.
I mean, I just can't express enough how focused I was and how blown away I was by the campaign. I thought the graphics were phenomenal.
I thought the graphics were pretty phenomenal.
Keep that in there. Keep that in there.
Okay, I can't say they were great. They're amazing. All right, the graphics were amazing. When you turn them up all the way to high, I felt like I was kind of playing a Battlefield game. You know what I mean? Like, it had that cinematic abrasion. It had that film grade over there. It had all of that effect to it that made it felt great. But for me, as a person who wants performance, I turn my stuff down to make it not look so great, but that still looks great. Like, I think whatever they did for optimization wise for the game is actually really good. Despite what people say, I have a decent off computer, but this optimization they use for the game, it seems to work really well. I've played Warzone, Modern Warfare, Cold War, and I've crashed more times on that in one day than I played this game since the release of the game.
I had it on the highest graphics setting. Well, it came defaulted on the highest graphics settings. I never noticed any frame rate issues, like, ever. I mean, there were explosions all over the screen, guns blazing, I mean, action all over the place, and there was no frame drops whatsoever. I was having a steady 60 to 100 FPS. I mean, there were people that even told me that they were getting 200 FPS. I put a limitator onto 100, and I was getting 60 to 100 throughout the whole thing, both campaign and multiplayer. If you're running it on, like, Windows Vista or 95, then, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Nate has to crank start his PC.
Yeah, I have to crank start it. Oh, man. But anyway, do you have any last thoughts on the game?
My only thoughts are that I'm happy overall with the game. I give the game an overall rating an 8 out of 10, and only an 8 out of 10 because I haven't seen the Ricochet anti-cheat yet and the Vanguard aspect. The rest of the multiplayer and the campaign, from what you're saying, I'm personally going to play it myself, seems really good. And at the same time, I would presumably hope to see better updates and more rollouts of DLCs in the future for the Warzone aspect to keep the ball rolling on that.
I mean, I've said everything. I've said my grace here. So thanks so much, everyone, for watching. This has been Ghostly Nate and Cwrath. Well, Cwrath, say goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
All right. And if you haven't yet followed our Twitch, our Twitter, make sure to go do that. Also, make sure to subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. If you guys want to hear more reviews, if you guys, editors, you do your own thing. I don't know. My brain's .exe is not responding at the moment.